This sweet yet savory creamy corn casserole is beyond delicious and couldn't be easier to make, even without using a box of Jiffy. Hi mindful moms and dads, Kristen here. As someone who suffers from a chronic disease, I believe homemade is best, but it doesn't need to be complicated. Today I'm going to share with you how to make corn casserole. You know, the side dish that's a little bit like a bread, a little bit like a pudding, and is typically made with a box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. Well, I'm not a huge fan of all the preservatives and additives in Jiffy corn muffin mix, so I'm going to show you how to make this dish from scratch. And it is just as delicious and almost as easy. So let's grab our kitchen capes and make corn casserole. Now the first thing we want to do is melt 1 stick of butter. I'm melting the butter over low heat in a small saucepan, but of course you can melt it in the microwave as well. Once our butter's melted, we're gonna set it aside and let it cool slightly. We're gonna add it to our wet ingredients here in a little bit, and we don't want our eggs to scramble, so we want our butter to cool. And now for the Jiffy corn muffin mix. It's so easy to make, and you probably have every single ingredient in your pantry right now. To a mixing bowl, I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/2 cup of fine yellow cornmeal, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Finally, I'm adding in 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar for a little sweetness. Give that a good whisk to really incorporate all the ingredients. And now for our wet ingredients. We need 2 eggs, 1 cup of sour cream. Use full fat or low fat, but don't use fat-free, it doesn't bake up the same. 1 15-ounce can of corn kernels that have been drained, or you can use 1 1/2 cups of frozen defrosted corn kernels. 1 15-ounce can of creamed corn. This and the sour cream are magic in this casserole. Makes it so creamy. And finally add in the cooled melted butter. We're gonna give that a good whisk until it's nice and combined and our eggs are fully incorporated and broken down into the wet ingredient. We're gonna add in our homemade Jiffy corn mix and fold that together until the flour mixture is fully moistened. Don't mix vigorously. If you do, your corn casserole will be a little bit tough. So just gently fold that together until just combined. Now I'm gonna butter a 2-quart or an 11 by 7-inch baking dish with some butter here. You can use cooking spray, however, the butter is just, well, it goes with the melted butter that we already added to our corn casserole. Pour the batter into our prepared baking dish. We're gonna pop this into a 350-degree oven and bake for 45 to 50 minutes or until it's golden on the top and the center is nice and set and no longer jiggly. You wanna let it cool slightly and then serve warm. I'm gonna dig in right now. It's creamy, it's tangy. You get texture from the corn kernels. It's corny, of course, in a good way. It's just delicious. It reminds me of my childhood, only it tastes so much better than when you use a box of Jiffy corn muffin mix. This corn casserole is a holiday must. At least it was in my family, and I think it needs to be in your family as well. It pairs beautifully with my Instant Pot turkey breast, which I'm gonna show you in the next video.